So before I start this video, I got this DM saying that they didn't even know I was active on Instagram and they've been subscribed to me for 8 months. I guess because I just had the links up, I would assume you guys know. Don't ask why. But if you guys want to say what's up or anything, I'm active on Instagram daily. But anyways, you guys remember when we were all clowning on KSI for his song Thick of It? We damn near made a grown man cry. He can try and act like that was all part of his plan, which I believe it was after he saw that nobody was going to stop making fun of it. But nonetheless, we were all going to laugh with KSI about this, whether he wanted us to or not. And no matter what he says, he deserved every single bit of what I call constructive criticism he got. Like, his song wasn't necessarily bad, but anyone who listens to that kind of music isn't gonna be like, hey, can you turn off that Kendrick real quick? Let me play you something from a real artist. I'm in the thick. Like, sure, it went viral and people everywhere were singing it, but don't let that distract you from the fact that he dropped another song 3 weeks ago without telling anyone in the fear that people would make fun of it. And while it's not as Disney as people were calling Thick of It, I don't know what it is about his voice that make his songs sound like they belong on the soundtrack to a kid's movie. He did learn his lesson though, because his verse is only 30 seconds while the rest of the song is just taken up by this female person who was not even listed as a feature, even though she takes up 95% of the song. But as bad as Thick of It was received by the general public, there's actually somebody who is worse than KSI when it comes to making music.
What you didn't know is that we played with paintballs. I shot this white dude in the nuts, he called the cops. I ran to the creek, I hid for about a week. When I came back, I said it wasn't me.
Now, for the past couple months, if you happen to catch even just a glimpse of one of Fousey's streams, then you would know that he is now trying to become a rapper. Usually you start doing this before the age of 30, but when you literally have nothing better to do with your time, I guess becoming a rapper seems like the next logical step. Now, does that mean he is going to succeed? Unfortunately for Fousey, the answer is a resounding no. First things first, his rapper name is not Fousey like many thought it would be. If I'm not mistaken, and I wish I was, he now goes by Crash Out YSE, so obviously he's embracing what he's known for, and normally that would be a good thing had anyone else but him made that decision. But that's also another thing. He is someone who won't take no for an answer, so the people around him have just learned to agree with everything he says, regardless of how asinine it sounds, which ends up with the music he puts out sounding like this.
Stream 24 hours, so locked in. I'm a triple threat when I feel boxed in. Don't call me about no bitch if she ain't top 10. I've been somewhere overseas making content.
Probably the worst 10 seconds I've ever heard of anything. He tries to rhyme in, 10, been, overseas, and content. Not even Eminem could make that happen smoothly, but Fousey is like, man, y'all just don't know how to say the words. See, if you end every word with the sound in, they have no choice but to rhyme. But if you guys thought that was bad, just listen to this second verse.
Don't try to play me, ain't no student who you testing. What I say go, they ain't gon' listen, ain't no question. I've been flexing with investments. I might pull up lamp chop, you get the message? You get the message?
No, because I don't know what the fuck I might pull up lamb chop means. You gonna pull up a meat? You gonna pull up with a slab of meat in your mouth? Yeah, you're a meat mouther. That's what we call you, yeah, little meat mouther. Pulling up with a mouthful of meat, you freak. Now, while those two verses might be more than enough to convince you guys that he shouldn't be a rapper, for me, it was the fact that there's a typo in the subtitles he added himself. It would have been one thing if this happened on YouTube's automated captions, but right here, you can see the subtitles say, hurt they trying to clone me, but they can't. Obviously, they meant to put clone, and I know this is a small mistake, but with how much hype this dude is putting on himself. I'm not even gonna say his fans are doing this because they don't even want this anymore, but with how much this dude is bragging about himself being a rapper, at times doing too much for the sake of his music, you would think he would personally make sure everything is perfect for his release. But mark my words, that one spelling mistake will be the foreshadowing for the failure of a rap career Fousey is in a rude awakening for. Like, you can go on that video and none of the comments are saying anything nice about this song. And what's worse is that Fousey is ignoring all of it like everything will change if he doesn't acknowledge what they say. Like, on his Twitter, he was live streaming himself buying a Lamborghini, but nobody cared, so he's like, I'm actually going to Porsche and then McLaren, and whoever has the fastest service gets my business. And it's like, if I was dumb as shit, that probably sounds super cool. But obviously this is just Fousey trying to squeeze the last drops of relevance he has out of his personal career sponge. And it's kind of pathetic because with how long he's been on social media and the amount of times we've allowed him to come back, he should honestly be as big as Mr. Beast right now, or somewhat close to there, because I don't think I've ever seen someone be able to come back from something they did over and over and over and over and over the way Fousey has, only to ruin it all, essentially having to restart everything again. again. But yeah, guys, we all owe KSI a collective apology because Fousey deserves all the hate for his song way more. But also, part of me is glad that his song didn't go viral in that way, because if it did, that would only make Fousey's ego grow to a detrimental size that not even he is ready for. We dodged a bullet. Until tomorrow, peace.